Aspire to inspire before we expire. True happiness involves the full use of one's power and talents. Happiness is contagious. When you are positive, people are naturally drawn to you. Mind reading is the sixth sense that requires the assistance of the other five senses, along with cognitive and perceptual abilities. We are subconsciously more attracted to people who have the same music taste as we do. Angry people produce more unique ideas faster than people in any other type of emotional state, according to a study. Those who are constantly accusing others are often the ones doing exactly what they are accusing others of doing. Keep that in mind. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Being sarcastic on a regular basis can add up to 3 years to your life. Sarcasm is extremely healthy for the mind. Subconsciously, it takes at least 6 to 8 months for the brain to process complete forgiveness for someone who hurt you emotionally. The good friend isn't necessarily the one who immediately understands. It's the one who cares enough to keep trying to understand. Pain alters our personality. Everyone has a story. There's a reason why they are the way they are. Avoid people who mess with your head. Intentionally and repeatedly do and say things that they know upset you. Expect you to prioritize them but refuse to prioritize you. Can't and won't apologize sincerely. Act like the victim when confronted with their abusive behavior. Psychologically, the more loving you are, the more painful it feels when a person fails to realize how much you care for them. The most miserable people are those who care only about themselves, understand only their own troubles, and see only their own perspective. We live in a generation that is highly skilled at allowing connections to fade away. Because of social media and cell phones, we think people are replaceable, and that's silly. You cannot replace the energy of someone who is genuine, especially if they are putting consistent effort out to be in your life. Appreciate them, cherish them. Those people are gold. Although I believe we were certainly made to live with and fellowship with other people, I also believe that everyone needs their own time. There may be people who have more talent than you, but there is no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do, and I believe that. I believe that every person is born with talent. Talent is born, not made. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. You can't change the circumstances, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. You can change all things for the better when you change yourself for the better. Your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old but on building the new. Put your energy into building what is creative, valuable, and empowering, and you won't have to constantly fight against what is destructive and draining. Direct your energy toward achieving a goal and tackle the problems with an emphasis on edging closer to a successful result. Your energy is currency. Spend it well. Invest it wisely. Don't use your energy to worry. Use your energy to believe, create, trust, grow, and heal. Protect your energy. Your vibe is a gift and isn't meant for everybody. Trust the vibes you get. Energy doesn't lie. I don't trust words, I trust vibes. People can tell you anything, but a vibe tells you everything. Some come to your life as a blessing, others as a lesson. You will have an unexpected blessing this week. If I needed you and you weren't there, I'll never need you again. Lonely is not being alone, it's the feeling that no one cares. I have everyone even though I'm alone because everyone is not my only one. I'm not alone because loneliness is always with me. We hide to dry our feelings, but we forget that our eyes speak. A big part of depression is feeling really lonely, even if you are in a room full of 1 million people. It is that feeling when you are not necessarily sad, but just really empty. Depression is like a bruise that never goes away, a bruise in your mind. You just go to be careful not to touch it where it hurts. It's always there though. Depression doesn't take away your talents, it just makes them harder to find. When people don't know exactly what depression is, they can be judgmental. I think the saddest people always try their hardest to make people happy because they know what it's like to feel absolutely worthless, and they don't want anyone else to feel like that. Depression doesn't take away your talents, it just makes them harder to find. People think depression is sadness, that it's crying and dressing in black, but people are wrong. Depression is the constant feeling of being numb. It's being numb to emotions, being numb to life. You wake up in the morning just to go back to bed again. If you know someone who is depressed, please resolve never to ask them why. Depression isn't a straightforward response to a bad situation. Depression just is like the weather. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. If your life changes, we can change the world too. Time changes everyone, but just hope it changes you for the good. People change, they grow. People want progress, but they don't want change. I don't often get a chance to have a frying pan in the show. Things don't change, only the way you look at them. You can't think about things you want to change, just be yourself. If you want to change the future, you must change what you are doing in the present. Simply with a change of mind, you can change your life. To change your reality, you have to change your inner thoughts. I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains. Beauty is the only thing that time cannot harm. Beauty is nothing without brains. Beauty is not having the fairest skin or prettiest face. It's about having the purest heart. Beauty is boring because it is predictable. Beauty comes naturally, but it's hard to be stunning by accident. Beauty and youth can stay inside, but it isn't outside. You have to destroy something to make it beautiful. You love the beauty that you can see and touch and handle, the beauty that you can destroy and do destroy. But of the unseen beauty of life, of the unseen beauty of a higher life, you know nothing. You are beautiful, yes, you are. You are very, very beautiful, extremely beautiful. Life is beautiful when you make it beautiful. What makes you different makes you beautiful. What sets you apart can sometimes feel like a burden and it's not. And a lot of the time, it's what makes you great. Sometimes the bravest and most important thing you can do is just show up. You can have anything you want in life if you dress for it. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. The most important thing is to enjoy yourself and have a good time. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Whether you can observe a thing or not depends on the theory which you use. It is the theory which decides what can be observed. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Don't be too honest in this world because straight trees are always chosen first for cutting. The tongue has no bones, but it is strong enough to break a heart, so be careful with your words. Always trust your gut. Your brain can be fooled and your heart is an idiot, but your gut doesn't know how to lie. Sometimes your heart needs more time to accept what your mind already knows. Never let anyone determine your self-worth. Never speak without listening. Never give up before you are ready. Never forget to breathe. Never settle for less than you deserve. Never dim your sparkle. Never complicate what you can simplify. Never make promises you can't keep. Never believe it's too late to begin. Whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you have overcome. Remember how far you have come, not just how far you have to go. You are not where you want to be, but neither are you where you used to be. If it's meant for you, you wouldn't have to beg for it. You will never have to sacrifice your dignity for your destiny. You are what your deepest desire is. As is your desire, so is your intention. As is your intention, so is your will. As is your will, so is your deed. As is your deed, so is your destiny. It is your decisions and not your conditions that determine your destiny. Your destiny is determined by your decisions, not your conditions. To dominate your sector, your goal, dream, or ambition, you must first dominate your every interest, thought, and consideration. Don't let your current situation determine your final destination. Always remember that your present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. In the battle of existence, talent is the punch, tact is the clever footwork. Don't flatter yourselves that friendship authorizes you to say disagreeable things to your intimates. On the contrary, the nearer you come into relation with the person, the more necessary do tact and courtesy become. Beware of allowing a tactless word, a rebuttal, a rejection to obliterate the whole sky. In the battle of existence, talent is the punch, tact is the clever footwork. Tact is the art of making people feel at home when that's where you wish they were. Tact is, after all, a kind of mind reading. Cultivate tact, for it is the mark of culture and as important as character itself. It is the lubricant of human relationships, softening contacts and minimizing friction. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Tact doesn't remove difficulties, but difficulties melt away under tact. Tact is good taste in action. Tact consists in knowing how far to go in going too far. Tact is the ability to step on a man's toes without scuffing the shine on his shoes. Indiscretion has always seemed to me to be one of the privileges of tact. Tact, the ability to describe others as they see themselves. Tact is the rare ability to keep silent while two friends are arguing and you know both of them are wrong. The truly free man is he who knows how to decline a dinner invitation without giving an excuse. Tact is the art of building a fire under people without making their blood boil. Tact consists in knowing how far we may go too far. People with tact have less to retract. Beware of allowing a tactless word, a rebuttal, a rejection to obliterate the whole sky. Tact is the art of recognizing when to be big and when not to be little. Tact is the ability to make a person see lightning without letting him feel the bolt. Visionaries not only believe that the impossible can be done, but that it must be done. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who insists that they become the best they can possibly be. We thrive not when we have done it all, but when we still have more to do. We have to be willing to fail, to be wrong, to start over again with lessons learned. Our challenge is to find the compassion for others that we want them to have for us. Social change is not going to come from just knowing more information, but from doing something with it. One of the greatest gifts you can give another human being who is going through adversity is hope. Empathy is more powerful than hate, and our lives should be dedicated to making it go viral. The laws are ours, and no matter what your ethnicity, nationality, gender, or race, they belong to us. As long as they are well intentioned, mistakes are not a matter for shame but for learning. To understand one thing well is better than understanding many things by halves. Any human who understands the problems of running a home will be nearer to understanding the problems of running a country. Revelation doesn't depend upon grandiose concepts. The problem of the artist is to defamiliarize the ordinary. Leaders are visionaries with a poorly developed sense of fear and no concept of the odds against them. Vision without action is daydream. Action without vision is nightmare. Vision without execution is delusion. Be a visionary, focused upon your ability to create your desires within your reality. A name given to successful people who didn't listen when they were called delusional. Visionaries see the impossible as the inevitable. A true visionary shows me their vision with their actions. Visionaries look into the future and see things not through the lens of current reality, but through the lens of future possibility. The greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that is too low and we reach it. The visionary starts with a clean sheet of paper and reimagines the world. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. The secret to success is good leadership, and good leadership is all about making the lives of your team members or workers better. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, "We did it ourselves." I am very excited to be supporting one of the world's most visionary efforts to seek basic answers to some of the fundamental questions about our universe and what other civilizations may exist elsewhere. There is some advantage in having imagination, since that visionary faculty opens the mental eyes to facts that more practical and duller intellects could never see. A visionary is a leader of excellence who sees what others do not see, who achieves for now and plans for the future, who positively impacts different generations and raises up other visionaries. Leaders of the future will have to be visionary and be able to bring people in, real communicators. These are things that women bring to leadership and executive positions, and it is going to be incredibly valuable and incredibly in demand. Prison itself is a tremendous education in the need for patience and perseverance. It is above all a test of one's commitment. If you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. Everything you can imagine is real. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Leadership is a potent combination of strategy and character. But if you must be without one, be without the strategy. Character in leadership is the most important balance for leadership. Without character, leaders have no safety. Leadership has no protection without character. Without a strong visionary leadership, no strategy will be executed effectively. A visionary may see, but a leader must decide. A name given to successful people who didn't listen when they were called delusional. Be a visionary, focused upon your ability to create your desires within your reality. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. Visionaries look into the future and see things not through the lens of current reality, but through the lens of future possibility. Honorable viewers,